digital parenting. I think I touched down on this topic on my other video, but I wanted to make it a separate video. So digital parenting is when children, the devices are the parents. The devices became the parents for the children. It's not the mom and dad. It's not the human mom and dad. It's the devices that the mom and dad gave them. I feel like most adults nowadays just have kids just to fill up space in their house, so they don't feel too lonely. That's why most people have kids. They just want to fill up space. A lot of parents have they have like some kids that they don't really fuck with for real, for real. But of course they fake love you on some shit. They gonna keep you in the house, feed you and whatever, and give you iPads or whatever, just to they don't really fuck with you for real. They be having like it'd be like these big ass families too. They be having like 12 kids, and like they have their favorites. They have some where they really don't care about that much, but they'll still provide for you and shit here and there. And those are the kids that end up just being delinquents and shit because they just been neglected as a child and haven't been having all that attention towards them, and it's like they just have to go scavenge on their own, and they end up just being brain rotted. So it's like because they just were stuck to that device rather than being in tune with real life. So digital parenting, the devices are the parents for the kids. The kids are influenced by whatever they see on the internet. It's pretty obvious. Children are very vulnerable. It's very easy for kids to see something and replicate it in real life or say it in real life, especially very young adolescents. Now, I don't know why parents are giving kids iPads and especially phones at a very young age. Like it starts from like 4. They're 4 years old. They have a tablet. They watching like YouTube Kids and Coco Melon or whatever. I don't know what 4-year-olds watch nowadays. And then from 4 years old to 9 years old. Now from 4 to 9, they transition from Coco Melon and YouTube Kids to TikTok. At just at 9 years old, and and at that time they probably already have their own phone too, and they're copying what they see on the internet. What they see on the internet, I guarantee you, bro. If you think your kid not gonna change, give them a phone, give them TikTok, and we'll see in the next few years how they're gonna change, man. I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes. Like people that I've known, they used to be so innocent, bro, so fucking innocent, and now they're just like trying to act like they're adults now, and they're not even at the grown age yet, they're just because of what they've seen on the internet, because they think it's cool, they think it's tough, and their brain is just gonna keep hold of that information, and they're basically gonna grow up with a social media personality, TikTok personality, bro, and I didn't have my first phone until I was really 13 years old, for real. So the whole time, bro, I was really just thugging it out. I didn't have a phone until I was in middle school, my second year in middle school, bro. And I had an LG and shit, nigga. I was grateful. I didn't care. I was playing fucking Dragon Ball Legends. But like, the thing is, kids nowadays don't even go outside. They just spend most of their time in the house. Ironic. They spend most of their time in the house with their devices, scrolling on TikTok, doom scrolling, just every day, all day, and consuming brain rot slop content. I feel like, in my opinion, I really think those are buzzwords, but I mean, those are the correct buzzwords to use. People consume like useless information. Like they're not even watching any long form content that's actually gonna like, benefit them or actually give them valuable information. They're just scrolling on TikTok, watching the same stupid trends, AI generated content. It's just, I don't know, bro. And that saxophone shit on TikTok is the corniest shit ever, bro. Any video that has that saxophone trend, I immediately turn it off. That's just me though, but my bad. So yeah, man. This video ain't gonna be too long. I just really wanted to make a separate video on it. Digital parenting is a real thing and it's never gonna stop. Like we're in a digital age now where kids are getting phones at the age of like 7, bro. And it's like because they have like, I guess, super wealthy parents that got money and they want to give their kids phones for some reason. Like a 7-year-old does not need a phone, in my opinion. It's like even like have you like even I heard elementary schoolers, people like kids in elementary are fucking vaping now. That's crazy. And when I was in elementary school, we wasn't doing that shit. We was just being kids. Like kids aren't like the social media. Like social media is making these kids not be kids anymore. It's making them try to be adults, and they're vaping and shit. Like what's a fourth grader vaping? Like that's how you know the world has shifted into a bad place, bro. Because no fourth grader should be smoking at all. And it's the parents. We obviously gotta blame the parents as well, because the parents are literally giving these kids devices and they're consuming this stupid content, and they're not supervising their children on whether they're playing the game or watching videos. They're not supervising their kids at all time. And even when they go outside, like I've seen so many videos of kids just running into fucking traffic because their parents aren't watching or supervising them, and their parent is basically the parents just let them do whatever the fuck they want. They're just giving their child freedom at the age of 8, bro. They're not monitoring their children at all, man. And by the time their children grows into adults, it's like it's basically cooked. It's GG's. Now they start becoming. They don't. They're just a bad influence. They're not. They don't know what to do in life. Their parents didn't really guide them to that light, and now that they have to figure out their own path, and they start doing some dumb shit. So that's why we have so many like idiots roaming around nowadays, because their parents kind of failed them in a way. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to touch on. You feel me? If you do not supervise your kid, that is obviously child neglect, because it shows that you don't really care about your child. You don't care about what they do online or say online or what they do in person. You just don't care. You just having kids to take up extra space in your house, man. And eventually that's why they kick them out, because they don't care. By the time they 18, get the fuck out of my house. You're useless. I just wanted to. I didn't mean. I accidentally had you, and it's like fuck it, man. Mom and dad accidentally had you. I busted in your mom. It was by accident. But she accidentally got pregnant, so we said we're gonna keep the baby. We're gonna keep you. We obviously gonna feed you and take care of you and shit. By the time you 18, though, get the fuck out of our house, man. We really didn't love you for real. We really only loved AJ and Carmi, because we loved them dearly. But you're just we don't care about you. Get the fuck on, basically, And they start becoming terrible people. So take care of your kids. Watch your kids at all times. Watch their internet activity. Stop letting them have unrestricted access, because I'm telling you right now, bro, your kids will be something you don't want them to be in the future. So if you want to save your kids' future, monitor them at all times, especially when they're young adolescents, and train your kids right, because a lot of kids nowadays aren't trained right, man. I mean, shit, man. But yeah, I'm out though. Thank you.